TV political analyst Brian Sobel. And Brian, the polls show the popular vote for Clinton and Trump may be just a couple of points apart, but the electoral map, that's a different story.
Yes, indeed. The Electoral College is where the president will be elected with 270 Electoral College votes. And so we're looking very closely at what is happening in the various states that are in play. So many are, either Trump states or Clinton states, but the ones that are in play are where this election will be decided, Julie.
Brian, we want to take a live picture from Philadelphia where Hillary Clinton is wrapping up a rally there. And, of course, Pennsylvania is a critical state. Talk about the swing states at play in this election. If Donald Trump wins all of the swing states, and I'm talking about Florida, Iowa, Ohio, North Carolina, looks like President Obama and Hillary Clinton are walking off the stage, or at least waving as they walk off. If Donald Trump wins those states, he still needs to pull in a solid blue state to win the election, correct?
That's correct. He has to, in a phrase, run the table, as you suggest in the states you list, and then pick off one or two other states. And Ken, it's a tall order, to be honest with you. At this point, stranger things have happened, and a lot of people will be going to the polls tomorrow and voting. But bear in mind, too, that better than 35 million votes have already been cast at this point.
And where do you think we're going to be looking first tomorrow as those polls close? Where should we be watching?
Well, the states that are closing at 4 o'clock Pacific time, so 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, including Florida and Georgia and some others, would be states to look at very early. Although Florida always takes a very long time to really produce a winner. But what's going to happen, Julie, is we're going to start hearing very early what the networks in particular are projecting as states that are won either by Clinton or Trump, and we'll know pretty quickly what the trend is.
Yeah, I was going to say, by 7 o'clock our time, we may pretty much know who the winner is if Clinton does well in Pennsylvania, in North Carolina, in Michigan, in New Hampshire, these East Coast states that are kind of on the table a little bit. If she wins those, it really doesn't matter what happens in the rest of the country. Right?
Exactly. The western part of the United States will become less important in terms of the final numbers, knowing only that the final number will be achieved by Hillary Clinton. If, on the other hand, however, Donald Trump starts out of the gate very fast, has some really strong showings in these states that he needs, now we've got maybe something to watch.
I don't know. When it comes to polling, people have been polled constantly for months now. Do you think people have just stopped answering their phones because they're just sick and tired of this whole thing?
Oh, yes. The pollsters I know can't get people on the phone anymore. The minute you detect that it's a poll or even a political robocall, some candidate trying to speak to you, the people are hanging up right away. We have, Julie, at this point, voter fatigue, and it comes this time every election. But this year it seems to be more acute, and people just want to get on with Election Day tomorrow, and are now tired of all of the electioneering.
Well, I think America will be breathing a collective sigh of relief come tomorrow.
Yep.
Brian, thanks very much.
You're
we'll talk
very
to you
welcome.
A little bit later. And you'll want to stay